Gas in Dutchess County, New York, is 3.89. Have we infused the gasoline with Chardonnay? Some Pinot Grigio? Is it mixed in? All right. Did we put gold into the gas as to why it has increased $1 in 2 weeks? No, they have not. And you know why? We know exactly why gas has gone up, right? Iran, Strait of Hormuz, right? We know this. We don't have to go into this whole war-related side rant. But who can afford this, right? This is 2007, 2008 recession level numbers. And now they say that there is not a recession. Now, probably the reason why they are not saying that there is a recession is to not trigger a recession. Okay, understandable. But do you feel like you're getting gaslit every time you gotta buy something because the prices have been going up? Not even just gas, everything, right? There was a guy who had a slogan: "The rent is too damn high." Well, guess what? Everything is too damn high. Everything, right? The cost of water. I just went to the grocery store. A gallon of water is $3.19 for a gallon of water. Okay, we're this close to being charged for oxygen. Okay, the price of lumber went up, the price of resources, the prices of oil, the prices of natural gas, right? Your Medicare premiums went up, your hospital bills went up, your car insurance went up, okay? Daycare went up, right? It's not just one facet of American life. It's not just gasoline and resources. It's everything. It's the whole enchilada right now, baby. And it seems like it's only affordable if you make millions of dollars. And even people who make millions of dollars, and I'm not saying business owners are in the clear because business owners are feeling the squeeze. They've had to increase all their prices in order just to break even, in order to have some form of a profit margin. So they're not going and declaring whatever form of bankruptcy. Okay. But the issue is the prices have been going up and the quality has been going down, right? It seems, look, for example, streaming, right? Streaming 10 years ago, 11 years ago, great. You didn't have to pay for Hulu. You just went online, you clicked it on. Maybe you had to deal with one or two ads, right? You're paying $19.99 for limited TV shows, altered AI shows where they're editing things out of it, apparently, right? And if you're not paying $19.99 a month, you're watching 17 and 19 ads. There's more ads in streaming than there is for cable, okay? And that's just one avenue of being overcharged for what is now a low quality good, right? Fast food, right? God forbid, I don't even want to talk about Panera bread, okay? But I used to work at McDonald's. Okay, I worked for McDonald's for 8.5, 9 years. Okay, Big Macs, 2 for $5s, the dollar menu. I remember I was allowed, what was it, a grand total of like $10 for my lunches, and I could get two hamburgers, a six-piece, small fry, a drink, and a dessert with $10. Now with $10, you can afford one sandwich and a napkin covered in tears, okay? Because you can't afford anything else beyond that point. Can't afford fast food, almost can't afford entertainment, basic entertainment. Cable's too expensive. Streaming is also, they're on two ends of trying to double team you without consent because you just want something to entertain you, but it seems like if you don't have your own DVDs or your own physical copies, you're going to get price gouged. Okay, you go to the hospital, right? You give them the insurance, the price goes up with insurance, right? And then if you don't have insurance, say you got Cobra or some stuff, you're paying four digits immediately, no matter what. No matter what, you have insurance, they increase the price, right? You don't have insurance, still too expensive, right? You have a child, you want to do childcare. Okay, childcare went up because all the other things went up, all the resources went up, right? Your babysitter needs to buy food for the kids, right? They need to buy security systems, right? Everything's more expensive, right? Everything. This is unsustainable, economically bewildering. This orange Cheeto narcissist of a man said, "Oh, I knew prices were going to go up. This was my plan." Okay, if this was your plan, all right, if this was your plan, what are you going to do to help people, bro? If this is a part of your plan, what's part B, C, BCA, BCA part 2, 3 of helping the people from your decision? This was intentional, apparently. Okay? This is absolutely on a level of idiocracy that I wish I had never seen. I wish I'd never lived. I wish I was not living through this, right? People ask me, Chris, Chris, you have a good job. You're healthy, right? You're big, you know. Why don't you have a house, right? Why haven't you started a family, right? Okay. If I had a house with the increases right here, I would be homeless because I cannot adjust for all of these increases with the amount of pay that I would have. Okay. I'd be working, even though I have two master's degrees, 60, 70 hours a week just so I could stay in my house. So it could stay heated. God forbid the roof has holes in it. God forbid I gotta get my septic replaced. God forbid I gotta do plumbing, right? And all of those parts that your tradesmen are buying have increased as well in the last handful of years. So gasoline is just a cherry on top. It is just a fine little cherry sprinkles on top, right? To make you feel like you are 100% fucked right now. Okay. God forbid you have medical debt right now. You say, God forbid you got a ridiculous amount of credit card or college debt. With the amount that things are increasing right now, you got to go on like Abilify or Lexapro just so you can deal with the constant anxiety of your bills or the existential stress of dying kids or all this American dysfunction trying to rob you of your joy and your happiness. Okay. Everything is so gaslittingly expensive. You try to buy anything and you feel like a bad person, even though you're working hard. I don't even care if you're on Snap or not. They don't even want you to have Snap, right? What are people supposed to do? Oh, you can't buy snacks. You can't buy unhealthy food, but all the good, healthy food has increased in price as well. It's like they're trying to just like sadistically punish you for existing. Every single thing has increased. And if Trump's like, oh, affordability is a liberal term, right? Bro, you're the one who was using it during your campaign. Let's make things affordable. Let's help the US worker. Let's help people in West Virginia in the coal mines. And let's help this person and that person. But then go, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to increase the prices to things so we can help our international brothers steal more real estate, right? I guess. I don't know. What's the explanation behind this? Right? What are we going to do? This is a recession. Okay. This is a recession. These are recession level numbers, right? The recession happened when I was in seventh into eighth grade middle school. And I can tell you, I remember the gas prices burnt in my head. When the recession was bad, gas prices, what was it? The Bush administration, right? $4.15 to $4.35 in New York, right? Peak recession. Okay. Right now, gas is $3.89. The only reason why they're not saying we're in a recession is not to trigger a recession, right? But we can feel that we're in a recession. So what are people doing? What are we supposed to do? Because we know in America, right, when the prices go up, they don't come back down. The only prices that might go down is gas, right? The prices don't come back down. So what we're supposed to live on this norm, this is the norm now. Everything is expensive. Everything is expensive no matter where you go. And if it's not expensive, it's low quality. Bro, I try to buy a candy bar, I try to buy a Snickers. I'm like, is this like 40% less the size than it used to be? Okay. I can't even buy Snickers without it reminding me that my economy's failing. Okay. Where are you supposed to go? Where are you supposed to turn? You try not to spend money and your automatic payments go through and then you look at it and you're like, well, this increased in price and this increased in price. So you try to cancel this and try to cancel this and something else has increased in price. What are people supposed to think if every single time that they get this close to being able to have some type of wealth or some type of economic breathing room, you move the goalpost. You just move the goalpost somewhere else and tell them to work harder. Okay. People are not going to want to work anymore. People are going to burn out. People are going to want to change the system. And some people are disturbed and violent, and they're disturbed because they can't afford their mental health medication and they can't afford to go to a counselor and they can't afford to work 60 hours a week and go to therapy, right? There are some disturbed people and they are rightfully disturbed, and they are people who need help. All right. And this is not helping. All right. This isn't helping anybody. You're just throwing bills at people and hoping that they either die or they pay it. And once you pay the bill, it's not like there's like a cake that you get at the end of it. It's just more bills. Okay. People just want peace of mind, right? People, I don't even like this term, bread and circus, right? Entertain them, give them food, right? Food's too expensive, entertainment's too expensive, okay? It does not seem like the American people can get a fucking break. And this is crazy because prices are still going to increase. Things are going to get worse. And I can tell you as a level-headed guy that I'm not very level-headed right now. Everything is high right now but me, and trust me, I'm on the edge of just absolutely blowing my sobriety, okay? Thank you.